Is this thing on?
What's going on, guys? Got a video about KPIs, or what we call metrics. KPI stands for Key Performance Indicators. And what that means is these are very important numbers that you should know. And we'll be rambling these off. And if you don't know them, you're going to be very confused. So this video will help you understand what the key indicators are. I've split them up into two parts: basics and advanced. The basics are 8 and the advanced are 5. So let's get right into it. The very first KPI you should know is car count, or repair order or ticket, whatever we want to call it. But we call it repair order, RO, or a ticket, or a car. And what that means is a single vehicle visit from a customer into our shop. It represents one customer coming in that particular week. It could be a new or a return, but it's just a vehicle that we have in the shop. It's called a ticket. The second one is very simple. It is the total sales, but it's the most important thing in our business. It is the end goal really is to get a lot of sales, because that's what pays your bills, assuming we take care of our customers and all that. The total revenue generated by multiplying the number of cars and the average repair order, which we're going to get into next. So that is what the total sales is. It is all the cars that came in that week multiplied by the average ticket, how much we charge the average customer. That'll give you the total sales for that week. The standard for our shop is 78,000. That is the number we'd like to be at the end of the week. The next metric, this is number 3, is total cars. Very simple. It is all the cars that visited that week, an individual. That means if it's a car that came in, left, and came back, you write it up again. So that will be counted twice. If it came in on a Monday and then you had to order a part, and they didn't put a deposit down, or maybe they came in on a Monday and declined the work and came back on Wednesday, changed their mind, that is going to count as 2 vehicles. But generally, we have a goal of 95 cars per week. That is a standard. That's not the goal. It's really just kind of where we like to end at. Ideally, the more the merrier, just like the gross sales. The gross sales number is 78 is the standard. 95 is the car count standard per week. Ideally, the more the merrier. We're going to talk about car count being king. It is the most important metric, because without cars, you cannot win. So total cars is the king of all metrics, because that's how you get your opportunities to sell more repair and grow your business. Number 4, average repair order, or ARO. What that means is the total number of cars. And if you take your total sales, you divide that by the total number of cars, you will get this metric, which is ARO. Ideally, we like to be at around that 95 to 100 cars a week. And I believe actually I said 95. Really, it's about 100 cars is the standard. And we like to be at about $780 is our ARO standard. The formula doesn't change. It's still the same. Total sales divided by total cars. And again, the standard is 780. The 5th metric is GSPH, or gross sales per hour. This is the metric that basically taking the total sales divided by the total hours of production. Now, what is total hours of production? We're going to talk about that in the 6th metric. Total hours of production is the number of total hours completed measured by an industry standard labor guide. What that means is that any job that comes in, any car that comes in, it will require a job, say a water pump. You can look that up on TechMetric. It'll pull up the labor guide, which we used through TechMetric. Is called Motor. And in there, it will tell you that a water pump on this particular vehicle is, let's say, 5 hours. And then that is the number of hours for that particular job. Similarly, every job has a standard hours dedicated to it. When you're done with the end of the week, you have a number of total hours. The standard we like to run is about 225 hours a week. That's all the work that's sold or completed, whatever way you want to say it. But that's the work that we cashed out. That is called total hours, or total production hours, or total hours sold. It's all the same thing. And the number, like I said, is 225. Let's go back to GSPH, which was gross sales per hour. That metric is very, very important. That is the total price of 1 hour sold to the customer for your shop. So basically, if a customer comes in and you do 1 hour worth of work, this is the price of your shop. This really determines whether your shop is expensive or cheap. It's this metric, gross sales per hour. And the formula for that is total sales divided by total hours sold, or total production hours. And the standard for us is 350. That is both labor and part sold. And by the way, a hint, to increase your GSPH, you sell more part, because there's only so much labor you can sell. There's only so much labor you can sell. And by the way, total hours per car, that's an advanced metric, but we like to be at 2.2 hours per car. And that's how many hours we're selling on average per car that comes into our shop. So if you multiply those two numbers, you will generally get your average repair order, your gross sale per hour multiplied by your hours per car. That was an advanced part of it right there. Just like to sneak that in. Let's get to number 7. Again, another basic metric is average repair order, or ARO. Very important metric. And that is all the total sales divided by total cars. That's the total sales divided by total cars. It's a very important metric. I think we actually went over that already. Let's talk about average repair order quoted, or average written repair order, also called AWRO. An extremely important metric and a basic one. What is the average of all the work we recommended to the customer? And the formula for that is total work quoted divided by total cars. So what you'll get is all the work that was quoted divided by total cars, and you'll get your average written repair order, or average quote. And our standard is 1,560. And the reason we come up with that is that's twice as much as the ARO that we like to have. And the reason why that is because the next metric, which is the close ratio. So again, the previous one was average written repair order or average quote, and the standard for that is 1,560. And once again, it's total quote divided by total cars. By the way, all of these are going to be on the procedure. You can actually print them and you can look at them. I'm going over them because hopefully this answers some questions for you guys. And the close ratio is the final one of the basics, which is the percentage of work quoted that gets approved by customers measuring sales effectiveness. And by the way, that metric is super simple. It is approved sales divided by quoted sales. Approved sales divided by quoted sales, and you usually get a 50% close ratio. That is not just our standard, that is the industry standard. And I think this video is actually getting long, so we're going to talk about the advanced metrics on the next video. So let's go over the basics. Once again, you should know your average. You should know what a repair order is now, an RO. Total sales, you should know total cars. You should know average repair order, or ARO. Number 5 was gross sales per hour. Number 6 was total production hours. Number 7 is average written repair order, and number 8 is close ratio. If you know these 8 basic ones, you will understand the basic lingo of how we run our business. I hope this video is helpful. Talk about the advanced metrics on the next video. Thank you very much.